And we're back as we promised, and we do have visitors in the studio today, and we're just delighted to welcome Mackenzie Lewis, who is the GAB communications person, and my good friend Carlos Searcy, and he is Trooper First Class, right?
Yes.
Hello again.
Hello.
We're glad that you could come, really. You know, this new bill that they've passed, that the governor signed, and it is for sure for real starting July 1st, is the hands-free law. And, you know, John Druckenmiller did a program this morning early on this very thing. And if you haven't heard about this, then you have been under a rock because everybody's talking about the hands-free bill. And it is so important that people know about it. Start doing it now. I mean, we've got a few more weeks in June. And get yourself used to the fact that you cannot be using your telephone while you're driving. Mm-hmm. Simple as that, right, Carlos?
That's correct. Yes. So, as you said, start practicing now. Put it down and just concentrate on driving is what we want people to do.
I don't understand how you can conduct business on the telephone while you're driving. I've tried this, and maybe I've got a one-track mind. I don't know. I thought I could multitask, but when I'm driving and I'm talking on the phone, which I don't do, I'll pull over first. But I tried it one time, and you cannot concentrate on either one. You cannot concentrate on your driving nor your person that you're talking with.
No, it's so difficult.
I mean, you just don't.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the end of the day, when you get to thinking about, now, what did they say? So there you go.
Well, you're absolutely right. And that's the reason behind the law, because our state has seen an increase in traffic fatalities where people have died in accidents. And mainly because, you know, that age group from 25 and under are, you know, trying to concentrate or conduct business on the phone while driving. Mm-hmm. So that is the very reason for the law, is to so that, you know, you can concentrate on driving and put the phone down.
Well, even, I mean, like, I have been in contact with people that were on the road, and I'll tell them, I'll say, hey, look, I'll call you back. We'll talk later. And I don't want to be a part of anybody having an accident or something happening to them while I have called them on the telephone. Think about that. If they were to have an accident, you would feel responsible because you were distracting them.
Right.
Yeah.
And but you know, I was thinking about this 3,477 total deaths, and 391,000 injuries due to cell phone conversations. That's a lot.
Right.
That is a lot. I don't know. Have you got a total over there, Carlos?
I do not, but the 15 states that have passed hands-free driving laws have seen a 16% decrease in traffic crashes. So that's significant, and that's a big deal. In the 2 years after they passed the law, they've seen a significant decrease in accidents.
Well, says here the if you look at the stats, which some people don't even want to hear the stats because you never can tell. Text messages memorials have become increasingly common as the number of distracted driving deaths have skyrocketed over the years, making the impact of our cell phones on the amount of auto wrecks statistically undeniable. And then, of course, when I called out the 3,477 total deaths, and then the 3,196 fatal car wrecks, and the 391,000 injuries, that kind of gives you a heads up. And you're like, whoa. Mm-hmm. But I was talking about, I had some of my folks from the Rome PD come in, and periodically I'll have our law enforcement here, and it's talking about in the mornings when I come to work. I usually get to work a little after 8 o'clock, And we have distracted driving, not just by the cell phone, but by putting on makeup, by drinking coffee, smoking a cigarette. You know, I don't understand how people hold a coffee cup and a cigarette in their hand and the mascara brush in the other one and drive.
Oh, wow. That takes some talent for sure.
Right.
And
I don't know how to do it.
I mean, really and truly, there's, I mean, talk about distracted.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know what we're going to do and how we can accomplish what this law is set up to do.
Well, and I guess that's where we as state troopers and your other law enforcement agencies will come in. We have to enforce those laws because the majority
Poor Carlos.
the majority of the accidents have been rear enders, single vehicle crashes, you know, and from age group 15 to 25. So when you think about that, a rear ender is just, again, like you said, someone putting on makeup or drinking coffee or texting.
Or all of the above.
Or all of them at one time, correct. And they're not paying attention to the car in front of them. So that's where you get the rear enders. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, again, a single vehicle accident is, you know, maybe running off the road or something, being distracted again and not paying attention to the road and their driving.
Well, when we talk about points being taken off or put on your license, what does that mean, Carlos? What does that?
Well, if you get 15 points within a 2-year period of time, then your driver's license can be suspended, and your privilege to drive can be suspended here in the state of Georgia. So when we talk about the points, with the new hands-free law, the first conviction is 1 point on the driver's license. The second conviction would be 2 points. And the third and subsequent conviction will be 3 points on your driver's license. So you can continue to accrue points on your driver's license, then your privilege to drive would be suspended here in the state of Georgia.
Now, how many points is it that before you're
15 within
15.
a 2-year period of time, yes.
Within a 2-year period?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. And with some of the things that these people are doing out there, that won't take long for them to get that.
Well, and again, you know, these 1 point, 2 point, 3 points just for the hands-free law. But if you get caught speeding or if you're in a...
That adds to it.
Right, exactly.
And some of those points, I noticed there's one of those points that passing a school bus will give you 6 points off.
That's correct, yes.
6 points?
6 points.
That's
I
correct.
know that.
Yeah.
So that would add up very quickly.
It would.
And, you know, what in the world would we do? You know, we are so blessed, and we are just so naive about how blessed we are, is the fact that you use your car for work. You use your car to go get the kids or to go pick up groceries or to go to the doctor or all of these things that in life that you use it for. And when that's taken away from you, you are just left like with no hands and no feet.
Mm-hmm.
Right, absolutely. And again, that's why I said it's a privilege to be able to drive. You know, it's not, you know, an exact or a law that you have to drive. When you go and get that driver's license, you have the privilege to drive. That's why it can be taken away, you know, with accruing so many points.
Well, tell me about the Bluetooth.
Okay. So a lot of your newer model cars are coming with Bluetooth capability and Bluetooth connection. So if you have a smartphone, then you could connect that in your car and you could use it to communicate or to talk. So
hands-free, though, folks. You cannot touch that phone.
Exactly. And just
it's a little button, isn't it? A button, Carlos, on the steering wheel, or
Yes.
something that is there that you press, and that well, what do you call it? Ignites the phone.
Well, exactly. It will search for the phone. If you know, again, if you have a phone that's Bluetooth capable, and which most of them are now, and the car itself is has Bluetooth capability, then it would connect to the phone. You know, the car to the phone. So, and it would come through the radio. So while you're listening to the radio or the speakers, then you could, you know, just talk normally, and you would be communicating through the phone. So and
Well,
also headsets and earpieces, can be worn to communicate too.
So you can wear those while you're driving.
Right.
Just during the time that you're driving, you cannot touch that phone.
That's correct.
You cannot. The main thing is the reason you can't touch it is they don't want you texting.
That's correct.
That's what's been the whole trouble is the texting.
Yeah, because with the new law, a driver may not send or read any text-based communication unless using voice-based communication that automatically converts messages to a written text. So there's voice to text, so you could, if you have that Bluetooth capability, again, you could just say what you would want to say in a text, and it would send it without you actually having to pick up the phone or touch it.
So my car has the Bluetooth capability, and I use that now. Right. But it has a screen where my radio is instead of like actual
Really?
dials. So if I have to accept a call when I get a call. Or is it okay if I touch the screen, or is that...
Yes, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. We just don't want people picking up the actual phone itself, the device.
Okay.
And taking their eyes off
But you
the
can
road.
push the button.
You can.
Touching the screen is okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then that way you can listen. I'm glad you brought that up, Mackenzie. Okay, we got to take a break, and then we'll come back. We have Mackenzie Lewis and Carlos Searcy, Trooper First Class Carlos Searcy of the Georgia State Patrol, and Mackenzie Lewis is with the Georgia Association of Broadcasters, and we'll be back in a minute. Hey, don't you dare move a muscle. Move a muscle.